Caroline Jerrywalla, Mango Mosaics on Sunday the 5th of July 2020, and I wanted to show you what our little mosaic on the staircase looks like so far. This is a little reflection, and it gives a better view actually than the actual, because it's, as you can see, a very narrow and small steppage. But I've done all the crockery-esque, Picassiette-esque-ness already. Trying to slowly show you rather than whizzing past. Now there are some pieces where I've put faceted glass. Can you see the faceted glass there? And I'm going to do a little bit more of that because there are quite a few gaps in the arrangement. Around here, for example, you know, a little bit of infilling here and here. And the other thing I want to do, if this little mobile will focus for me properly, is have a little bit of lettering, I think. A little bit of description, like, I don't know, joyfully created during lockdown or something like that. In little, maybe up here actually, in little beads, letter beads, just to mark when I did the work. So this is my little peacock, used entirely out of glass, mirror and crockery. And then there's some ready-mades here. I did this with either the Rumar Flexi-Fix caulking adhesive or the Bal Max Flex Fibre. So a little combination of the two. Sometimes I use the Rumar Flexi Fix because there was a flat edge, and other times because there was an undulation on the back of the crockery, I used the Bal Flexi Fix. Flexi Fix? No. Max Flex. Same horse, different jockey. So this is what little peacock, golden peacock, looks like today. Let me just pop it at the top here. I've still got to infill with a bit more mirror, I reckon, because there's always something. There's always something. So that's what it looks like today on this fine, blustery but sunny morning. Speak to you soon. Bye. It's Tuesday the 7th of July 2020, and I am going to take a deep breath and start grouting. Not this one here behind me, but the lovely golden peacock. So I'm going to start off with this section here and see how we get on. I'm going to use 112 Grout. It's a grey grout, and it's by Ultracolour Plus, and this is the colour here, and it's a nice medium coloured grout, and also it's a lighter colour. I was going to use this lush blue. I've got one bag of it though, only the one bag, and it might be a bit of a risk if I start using this colour. And actually in that dark area it's a bit too dark, so I've decided just to go for the 112, as I've got several of these. So that's the story so far. On with the grouting. Woohoo! Well, friends, this is the first part of the grouting, and as you can see, it's going to be a long day because of all the undulations and the textures of the tiles. it's going to take quite some time to push all that grout into all those crevices. Oh well. But slowly but surely, I'm going to do this thing. So I'm planning to do just one section as I've now sussed it out. Yeah, that's the way the cookie crumbles, as they say. So we will go onward and upward. New subscribers to my YouTube channel may be wondering what I am using, what tool I'm using to apply the grout. So this is a rubber kidney, known as a rubber kidney in ceramics and pottery. You'd use this ordinarily to smooth down clay. But this is perfect because, of course, as it's rubber, it does not scratch the surface of the mosaic, and also it's flexible. It's not too flexible. I like the idea that it's a little bit, I like the fact that it's a little bit stiffer than a softer rubber kidney. And this way, I can just gently tease out all the excess grout from the area. Of course, you know, as I'm working on this, I'm doing a little bit of a clean up. It starts off quite rough and then I'll clean it away. And then when it's just about an hour later, I'll clean it up with a sponge, a damp sponge and a cloth. And infill holes as well, because I can imagine this is going to be a huge labour of love to clean away and polish up all the faceted glass as well, so it looks absolutely smooth. And usually with all these things, it'll look like it was very easy to do. But thankfully, I'm being very careful using my dust sheet so that my lovely carpet, as you can see, my colourful carpet isn't going to get ruined. So this is the work so far. So here's the section 45 minutes later. I've been cleaning and wiping away the excess grout, and it will need a final clean, of course, but you can see how smooth I can manage to push everything in. So if you've got a little bubble bit like that, you can smooth it still. It's getting to drying stage, but see? You can smooth it still. And like here. See, it's kind of like sculpting, really. And then you've got these little bits here. I use the back of a brush to get rid of all the excess. And of course, if you forget, because we are talking of a big area, I am going to use a sponge and washing up liquid, a bowl full of washing up liquid and hot water to clean it all up, as you would when you're cleaning ceramic walls, So, a little section at a time, feeling the love, spending time cleaning up. And actually, it doesn't take long at all because, I say it doesn't take long. When you're in the process, things don't do that, And then you've got areas like that need just pushing away. And it's good to do a small amount at a time because this is going to be a pain when you've discovered it tomorrow and it's all dried up. Trust me. So you need to make sure that your teardrops are showing, so to speak. So this is what I'll be doing next. So just cleaning up the majority of the area before I mix up another batch of grout. Wednesday the 8th of July 2020, and this is day 2 of grouting. So I have done half of the mosaic and I've grouted this half here with 112 Grey by Mapei Ultracolour Plus is the make, Ultracolour Plus. And the next section I'm doing, the tail feathers. So I just wanted to show you how I'm doing that. So I've mixed up a batch of tile adhesive. It's quite thick. It's nice and creamy and thick. I usually wear gloves, but for the purpose of this film, it's easier to do it this way. So I'm applying it with my trusty rubber kidney, often used in pottery, in ceramics. And what I'm doing is pushing the grout into the crevices. Now the reason why I use Ultracolour Plus is because it takes up to 20 millimeters gap. So we've got a big gap here. So I push it in. There you go, look. How delightful. No messing about. Of course, this is the easier part. These feathers. I'm telling you, it ain't so easy when it undulates like that. As you saw earlier in the film. So what I'm doing is using the top of the rubber kidney, pushing it in, and then I'm using the edge to apply it into the crevices. Wish this mobile was staying focus. Never mind. I think you're getting the gist though, guys. Camera on my forehead. You can see better. It's quite a dark area as well. And by using this rubber kidney, it's a cleaner way of applying as well. So here's one part I did earlier, and that was yesterday. You can see the lettering, mindfully made during lockdown. In some areas, like there, there's a little bit of a dip down. So then I would just scrape in some extra grout. It's funny, isn't it? Us mosaic artists, We spend all this time taking care, spending lots of hours making the mosaic, spending lots of hours grouting, and then people walk past it and go, oh, that's nice, and walk past it and take about 4 seconds looking at it. Unless you're a mosaic artist yourselves, you go right up close to the ground and go, ooh, that's nice. You can always tell by the grouting. So that's the work so far. So friends, it's day 2 of grouting and it's 3 o'clock. And just to show you that I'm not perfect, I just want you to know I'm not perfect. And this grout has dried a lot quicker in certain areas than other areas. So I'm having to use chisel. So I'm having to use a bucket full of hot water with washing up liquid and a sponge, so that I could then apply it onto that area and scrape, because it's not easy. I hate grouting. So that's what my next job is. It's not smoothing away as the other areas are. And I don't know why. Maybe because I left it too long whilst I was doing the other part and this part. And then by the time I got to this area, it dried. So I just want you to know that I'm not perfect. That's all I needed to tell you. Okay, see you later. So it's Friday, the 10th of July, and I've just finished cleaning up all the bits and bobs of the mosaic. So this is what the peacock looks like so far. I wish this mobile wouldn't out of focus all the time, but you can tell that it looks all complete and finished. And I'm really pleased with how the grout looks now. It's a grey. It's Ultracolour Plus by Mapei 112 grey. And yeah, so it suits it really well. And the mirrors are looking delightful in all the areas. I'm going to give it a proper wash down later on. But yeah, I'm really pleased with it. It looks like it's been here for a while, which is a good thing. I put some lettering on in between the peacock's plumes, mindfully made during lockdown 2020, to remind folks and myself what I did during lockdown. And all the teardrops are all completely done now and cleaned up. And what I find hilarious is that it looks like it's like meant to be. What I'm trying to say is that there were so many gaps in between all these teardrop shapes. It took such a long time to make a thick grout so that I can push it into all the crevices, so that when you go like that, you're not cutting your hands. So, but it looks great. The overall effect is marvellous. So that's what the work looks like today. Yeah, and if I do some extras, I'll show you in another film. I suppose the next plan of action is to work below the handrail here. I've got an idea of using round mirrors and making a pattern around the mirrors. That's one thought, and it might be quite colourful. Not quite sure yet. So that's what it looks like right now. So thank you for watching. See you soon. Bye.